Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of IPL Titbits with Gully Cricket. And here we have Shash. Oh
Yeah,
my God. I think we're just recovering from that amazing match which we just witnessed. So, what do you think,
yeah.
Shash? Like, have you managed to catch your breath back?
Just now getting it back. This is what I would like to say. Yeah, unbelievable game. It's a funny game. No one expected, to go it that deep. Like because LSG had got quite a significant total in excess of 200. So we can also say that they could have got a lot more considering that one batsman was taking the bowlers to the cleaners, whereas the other one was not at his fluent best. So was there something that can be debated about as well? Because Rahul sometimes plays his unusual knocks, like where he's just stuck and where the other player is sort of taking. Because just imagine, like, if both of them had started going great guns, then they would have reached a total of 230 plus, which would have been very difficult for KKR to even be in the game. Now, saying that, I think it's a brilliant effort by KKR that they managed to come so close after whatever happened, in the initial stages of the power play and where they kept on losing wickets because that will tend to happen when you're chasing such a high score. Sorry, that you will have to go for the big shots, and in the process, you also lose wickets. But yeah, I mean, credit to KKR for providing us such an entertaining game, but yeah, unfortunately, they could not make it through.
Yeah, because even when I was watching the match, right, I think the last 3 overs they needed around 60 runs, and yeah, with all the big guns gone, Russell gone, okay, and 2 overs, some 42, 43 runs. But then
Mhm.
from there, just talk me to me about what happened, Chash. Okay, I mean, Sunil Narayan was hitting a couple of sixes, and Rinku Singh, my goodness,
Yeah,
what a find he has turned out to be, isn't it? Last over, he's a 6-4, 6-4, and then it's suddenly three of two balls.
yeah. I mean, it's really sad that they lost from such a position because it was for the taking for them. They just applied a little bit of sense, is what I feel, and of not going for the big shots and just taking the twos or ones, whatever that were available. They might have just got through the line because as you mentioned, Rinku Singh has been. I would say another pocket says dynamo is what he is.
Mm.
He's always been in the KKR setup for a while, but I felt like he's not been considered on a regular basis. I think definitely he's had a point to prove. He's an excellent fielder. I mean, whenever he's been on the field, you've seen that he either takes really good catches or stops a lot of runs. That is an added benefit having him in the team. But yeah, I mean, coming low down the order and scoring at that pace is always not easy. And I think he
Mm.
seems to do it with such ease. So, or like let's say, when whatever short span of time that you've seen him, he seems to have done really well for himself.
Mm.
So, this would definitely give him a lot of confidence. And yeah, I mean, it augurs well for Indian cricket seeing such talent coming through in the IPL.
Exactly. I mean, if you, I mean, especially at a level like the IPL, right? If you can perform and take your team
Yeah,
almost to the finish line, I think that is
yeah.
absolutely great. Okay. And talk about that catch from Evan Lewis. Okay. It's high up in the
Mhm.
air. And if you leave
Yeah,
that, I think the match is almost tied, isn't it? It was 2 runs for the
correct.
taking. One
Yeah.
handed catch in your left hand at such a crucial juncture. I mean, what do you think? Is it, I mean, considering the
Mhm.
quality of catching this tournament we have seen,
Yeah,
what do you think? Isn't
yeah.
it the catch of the tournament or something like that?
Well, it would come very close to that, is what I would like to say, because considering the pressure,
Hmm.
because three of two balls is nothing. I mean, you've seen 10 or 12 of two balls being scored
Hmm.
nowadays. So three of two balls is nothing. So it is very imperative that he held on to the catch and also, to keep his calmness in that situation is something, that you must give him the credit for as well.
Hmm.
Evan Lewis, I mean, whatever I've seen of him, he seems like someone who he's a kind of calm kind of a guy, like he can be destructive with a bat, no doubt
Hmm.
about that. But then as a personality, I think he sort of, has a very calming influence,
Hmm.
is what I would like to say. So I think great job by him. Now, with that win, LSG have a very good chance of going in the top two, is
Hmm.
what I'd like to say.
Yeah, I mean, they've already qualified. That is for sure. They've got that
Yeah,
cue which they wanted. Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, I'm sure they have a pretty decent run rate as well. And unless,
yeah,
I mean, I think it all depends upon Rajasthan Royals match against the CSK, and that would
correct.
actually decide whether they finish in the top two or not. Okay.
Yeah.
Or I think this match was well summed up by Shreyas Iyer. Like in the post-match conference, he said, "No, what? I'm not sad at all, because what?
Mm,
It's one of the best matches that I have been part of, and I'm sure it's one of the best matches this IPL that we have witnessed as well." All
correct.
right. So moving on, tomorrow's Ash, probably the most important match that we're all waiting for: the Gujarat Titans, the table toppers,
Yeah.
taking on, what should I call, probably the unpredictable Royal Challengers of Bangalore.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to like say unpredictable, but I guess I'll have to agree on that because they've had a really good start in the
Hmm,
tournament, but then they've again sort of lost it midway through, and they find themselves in a extremely tricky position right now because not only win is going to ensure them the victory, considering that Delhi is breathing down their noses as well, sorry, breathing down their neck. So in that regard, how are they going to approach this? Because as it is, there is a pressure of winning, which is very otherwise you're out of the tournament. But then you also have to make sure that the run rate is also better. I guess these are things that uh, will add a little bit more complication to the game to their calculation as well. So how will they fare is something that will be interesting to see because against one of the and it's the best team in the tournament that you're playing against,
hmm.
and beating them will definitely not be an easy task.
But I think, to be very honest, Shash, I don't really think RCB would be worrying too much about the run rate, because for
Mhm.
them, I think it's pretty simple. Okay, they just have to win, isn't it? Because I'm
Correct,
sure
correct.
if they want to beat Delhi on run rate, then I think probably they should win by, like, what to say, like 100 runs or something like that. I don't think they would be worrying too much
Mhm.
about it. I think they'll just be thinking that we just have to win the match and wait for Delhi to lose. Okay, so
Correct.
I think, but for that to happen, I think one of the top three have to really perform tomorrow, isn't it? Faf, Maxi, Virat. I think it's up to them to actually give them that start.
Yeah, that's been a major concern throughout the season.
Hmm.
The top three have not been consistent at all, and irrespective of changing positions in the batting order, which doesn't seem to have worked out yet. And Virat has just been finding ways to get out. It's just not been a season at all. I think this is the poorest season that he's had in the
Hmm.
15 years of IPL that he has played. And so that is what is quite disappointing, is what I would say. But saying that they have to step up tomorrow. They have no other option. They have to be at their A game and show that intent and just be ruthless. And
Hmm.
because you're playing one of the best teams in the tournament, and to beat them and emerge victorious, you'll have to make sure that everything goes according to plan. Uh, so yeah, they need to have their planning spot on, the execution spot on, and basically, yeah, things need to go their way.
I'm sure, right? I mean, everything, the planning would definitely be spot on. But yeah, so let's see how the execution goes. And talking about Gujarat Titans, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they've ticked almost every box that they can. And I mean, surprising, isn't it, Shash? When we initially saw the options, right? We thought GT was one of the weakest teams, isn't it?
Mm.
But then they have found heroes, okay, different heroes in different matches, okay. And now they're sitting pretty at the top of the table, and they're ensured of a top finish in the table. But you know what? They
Yeah.
would uh, still want to carry the winning momentum into the playoffs.
Well, yeah, as I was saying, right, don't judge a book by its cover. I think that will got to be applied with Gujarat as well as even LSG, I would like to say. So, yeah, they would be really happy considering that, as you mentioned, they found different players at different situations to take them over. If you have the, you know, like the start of Ridhiman Saha or sometimes Shubman Gill, providing them that early impetus. Then you have the finishing touches of Tibatia or David Miller.
David
I,
Miller.
I can't remember when was the last time I saw him play, this well. It's been a few seasons.
I think
Yeah, like
2013,
probably when he was
14, if I
playing
remember. Okay,
with
that match
Master
against
and Miller.
RCB. Yeah, all those years back.
Okay, not
Yeah.
something that I want to remember right now. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was a breakthrough season in 2013, is what I would like to say. But yeah, again, and in Rashid Khan also, he sort of won them games with the
Hmm.
bat as well. And then Pandya has also taken a responsibility as a leader and played quite a few match-winning knocks in between as well. So, as you said, they have ticked off most of the boxes, even in terms of bowling. Yeah, like with the likes of Shami and Ferguson, always being almost a regular. And then they've also played Yash Dayal a few games, and I think reasonably well is what he has done. So, yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, they would definitely want to keep the winning momentum going. But then, yeah, let's hope that it doesn't happen
Doesn't happen.
tomorrow.
It's at least one match tomorrow. All
Yeah,
right,
correct.
folks. Okay, it's going to be a cracker of a contest between the Gujarat Titans and RCB with lots to play for, especially for RCB. Talking about cracker of a contest, we have our own contest, the man of the match prediction. And you know what? I'm not very tech savvy like Manas to have the wheel and all of that. So let's
Yeah,
go nostalgic. Okay, let's go back a little bit and I have my chits. Okay, and
yeah.
I think probably for the first time, right, we got 100% of the entries as the right entry because the choice was very,
2024?
yes, okay, if the choice was obviously obvious. And the
Yeah.
winner today is
Angry Empire.
Angry Empire.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to come to this empire. Yeah.
Congratulations, Angry Empire. Hey, wanted to check with you guys, okay? How come I never won even one single match, okay?
Well, you have to ask sorry,
Manas for that, is it?
Manas, yeah, it is Wheel, which apparently keeps predicting the same people.
Yeah, correct.
I was also telling one of my friends is also upset. Huh? He's like,
Uh-huh.
he's predicted like three times the correct answer, and he's like, "What rubbish? Why are you not giving me the prizes?"
I don't know where Manas is, but he's just keeping on predicting the man of the match. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
wherever Manas,
Is
okay,
he
this is
predicting?
for you. When you come back, I think you should tweak in the app or whatever it is. Just kidding, okay?
Yeah, look as an alternative.
All right, folks. Okay, so congratulations. Remember, this is going to be the link to predict the man of the match for RCB versus the Gujarat Titans. Pretty important match. So keep watching, enjoy the cricket, and we will see you very, very soon. Cheers.